Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. As I said in my last video, we're going to start looking into Daggerheart more in depth. This game has been making waves for its innovative approach to character development and gameplay mechanics, so whether you're considering stepping into the magical world of Daggerheart or just curious about what makes it stand out, you're in the right place. Today we're going to start taking a look at each class in Daggerheart, how they operate, their unique domains, and their foundational abilities. So grab your dice and let's get started.
Short ball, hit me, ricekombo.
Classes in Daggerheart are very similar and share similar archetypes as D&D or other fantasy tabletop RPGs. For example, classes like Druid, Rogue, and Wizard are named identically. However, classes like Warrior or Guardian share similarities to Dungeons & Dragons Fighter or Paladin, though have notable differences and intentions in how the class is played. Another similarity is that Daggerheart classes share the existence of having subclasses, though not quite as many as D&D. However, this is really only due to Daggerheart's newness being in beta versus D&D 5e's 10 years of experience. That being said, what does separate class builds in Daggerheart are a mechanic known as domains. Domains are a mechanical theme that each class pulls from to make up a number of set skills a character gains. Each class is given 2 domains. For instance, the Warrior class gains the Blade and Bone domain, allowing you to pick an ability from either domain as you level up. You could pick one ability from the Bone tree called Nimble, which makes it harder for you to get hit, or maybe pick an ability like Whirlwind from the Blade domain in order to deal a cleaving attack to multiple enemies. Now that sounds fairly standard where a class has abilities it can pick from, but the distinguishing factor of domains is that domains are shared between different classes, as Guardians may also pick from the Blade domain as it holds the domains Blade and Valor, and the Ranger can pick from the Bone domain as it holds the domains of Bone and Sage. We'll go more in depth in our next video about domains, but we needed to say a few things about domains so that way you can get a base understanding of what I mean when I say domains. With a general framework now, let's take a look at what each class brings to the table. I won't be explaining base damage thresholds or evasion scores in this video, only because Daggerheart is still in open beta, and those numbers are highly likely to change over the course of the beta. And I will be making an update video when the game releases in 2025. Mind you that what this video will cover is going to be up until version 1.3 in the open beta. And for this video, we'll be splitting it into 2 parts to make the videos a little bit more digestible. So let's kick it off with the Bard. Bards in Daggerheart are the same charismatic performers in this system whose artistry powerfully influences the battlefield. Mechanically, Bards gain access to the Grace and Codex domains, sharing the Grace domain with the Rogue and the Codex domain with the Wizard, meaning that Bards weave magic and art into spells to bolster allies and confound enemies, enhancing combat effectiveness and adding layers to strategic complexity to fights. Their ability to manipulate emotions and perceptions makes them invaluable in both combat and diplomatic situations. The main class feature of the Bard that they get at level 1 is Rally. Once per session, when the GM brings the action tracker into play, describe how you rally the party as they head into the fray, then give yourself and all allies a d6 rally die. Anyone can spend this rally die to roll it, adding the result to an action roll, reaction roll, or damage roll, or clearing stress equal to the rally die's result. This gives the Bard a fairly powerful ability their allies can use in various situations a PC might be in. The Bard subclasses are Wordsmith and Troubadour. The Wordsmith having a focus on being persuasive and powerful using clever wordplay. They gain a foundation that gives them bonuses when speaking to a person you're trying to impress, persuade, or offend, as well as the ability to give a speech that clears stress from all allies. The Troubadour, however, focuses on the Bard's ability to play music to bolster allies. Their foundation makes use of their instrument to play a variety of songs that can heal allies, make enemy targets vulnerable, or give hope to allies. Druids in Daggerheart are guardians of nature and arcane secrets, adept at weaving energies of life and esoteric forces into their magic. Mechanically, Druids gain access to the Sage and Arcana domains, sharing the Sage domain with the Ranger and the Arcana domain with the Sorcerer. This dual domain access allows Druids to blend the healing and nurturing powers of nature with the profound mysteries of arcane magic, making them adaptable and formidable forces in both healing and combat situations. The main class features of the Druid are Wild Touch and Beast Form. Wild Touch allows Druids to perform harmless, subtle effects that involve nature at will, such as causing a flower to bloom instantly or summoning a gentle breeze, enhancing their interaction with the environment and aiding in various practical or strategic ways. Beast Form lets Druids mark a stress to transform into a magical creature from the Beast Form list that is equal to their level or lower. In this form, they cannot use their equipment or domain cards, but are given features, attack traits, and armor scores of the creature. This transformation is a powerful tool for combat and reconnaissance, though it ends automatically when the Druid marks their last hit point or stress. The Druid subclasses are Warden of Elements and Warden of Renewal. The Warden of Elements focuses on manipulating elemental forces, gaining abilities that allow them to summon fire, stirs of wind, or call forth earths to shield and attack, providing versatile tactile options in battle. The Warden of Renewal, however, specialize in restoration and rejuvenation, using their deep connection to nature to heal wounds, purify ailments, and even reviving the fallen, making them indispensable in maintaining the party's resilience and stamina during prolonged engagements. Guardians in Daggerheart are stalwart protectors of their allies, known for their remarkable fortitude and moral resolve. Mechanically, Guardians gain access to the Valor and Blade domains, sharing the Blade domain with the Warrior and Valor domain with the Seraph. This means Guardians utilize their martial prowess and unyielding courage to defend those they care about, specializing in defensive tactics that protect their cohorts and punish foes who dare harm their allies. Their commitment to defense and retribution makes them formidable opponents on the battlefield and loyal companions in any adventure. The main class of the Guardian is Unstoppable, which allows them to become a bulwark against damage once per long rest. Activating Unstoppable grants them a resistance to physical damage, an additional d6 to damage rolls, and an increase to their armor score by the current value of the Unstoppable die. Moreover, they cannot be restrained or made vulnerable during this state. This feature exemplifies their role as frontline defenders capable of sustaining significant amounts of damage and continuing the fight when protecting allies. The Guardian subclasses are Stalwart and Vengeance. The Stalwart focuses on enduring damage and shielding allies. Its foundational feature increases all damage thresholds by 2 and allows the Guardians to use a stress instead of an armor slot to reduce damage, enhancing their ability to protect themselves and others effectively. Vengeance, however, focuses on retaliating against enemies that threaten the Guardian or their allies. This subclass gains an additional armor slot and can return damage to the enemies in melee range who inflict damage, turning the Guardian's resilience into a weapon against foes. Rangers in Daggerheart are adept wilderness survivals and skilled hunters who prefer solitary paths of the wild to the ranks of organized military. Mechanically, Rangers gain access to the Bone and Sage domains, sharing the Bone domain with the Warrior and the Sage domain with the Druid. This combination allows Rangers to master both the physical prowess necessary for tracking and combat, as well as the more mystical aspects of nature, enhancing their abilities to set traps, navigate terrains, and form bonds with animal companions. Their extensive training in the wilderness makes them exceptional at catching foes off guard and controlling the flow of the battlefield from afar. The main class feature of the Ranger is Ranger's Focus, which allows them to spend a hope to mark a target with their focus upon a successful attack. While the creature is their focus, Rangers can always discern its direction, deal additional stress with damage rolls against it, and have the option to re-roll their duality dice if they miss an attack on the focus, choosing the new result. This feature sharpens the Ranger's effectiveness in tracking and targeting specific threats, making them deadly hunters in any skirmish. The Ranger subclasses Rangers can choose from are the Wayfinder and Beastbond subclasses. The Wayfinder is tailored for those who excel at tracking and ambushing their prey with deadly precision. Their foundation feature, Apex Predator, enhances their proficiency with damage rolls and imposes additional stress on enemies when severe damage is dealt. The Beastbound subclass, however, focuses on a deep spiritual bond formed with an animal companion. This relationship is not only central to the Ranger's identity, but it also provides tactical advantages in combat. Beastbound Rangers can gain a companion that can aid in attacks and defense, increasing their own invasion when attacked within their companion's melee range, and ultimately they can even take damage in place of each other, highlighting the profound bond between them. So that's the end of the first part of the class overview for the Bard, Druid, Guardian, and Ranger. In the next video, we'll go over the rest of the classes: Rogue, Seraph, Sorcerer, Warrior, and Wizard. If you want to be updated on when the next video goes live, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell down below. And if you have thoughts about the first 4 classes in Daggerheart, leave a comment down below, or join the community Discord in the link in the description. So, until next time, keep weaving those stories and rolling those dice. I'll catch you in the next one.